Pulp crazy. In this episode, I'm going to take a look at what I believe is the best collection of H.P. Lovecraft's writings that a new reader or someone who's interested in Lovecraft, interested in sampling him, should check out. I first heard about this collection from Art Sippo. It was either on an old episode of the Book Cave that he did with Rick Croxton or a newer Arts Reviews episode. But Art recommended this collection and I think he was spot on with it. And I thought I would pass it on to you guys. Let's take a look. Here's the collection in question. The Best of H.P. Lovecraft. Black Seas of Infinity, selected by Andrew Wheeler. It's a science fiction book club edition. There's a ton of these out there. You can get them for very reasonable prices on Abe Books and on the Amazon Marketplace. As you can see here, it's got some excellent cover art on the dust jacket by artist Ian Miller. Got the front cover, nice spine image. And the back cover is gorgeous there too. I love that artwork. Let's see here. Let's open it up and take a look at the TOC. Okay, you get an introduction by Andrew Wheeler to start things off. And now I like this in spirit, but not so much in practicality. He starts off with The Call of Cthulhu as the first story and ends it with At the Mountains of Madness. In spirit, I think that's a great idea. That's two of Lovecraft's best known works, maybe his best known works, period. But I always recommend that new readers don't start with The Call of Cthulhu. In this instance, I would actually start by reading Dagon first, which is the second story, and then reading The Festival for a different little taste of Lovecraft there. And perhaps even The Thing on the Doorstep before jumping into The Call of Cthulhu. And then the rest of these you could, read in order. Definitely end with At the Mountains of Madness, though. That's a good choice that this is at the end. Never start with At the Mountains of Madness. New readers usually aren't ready for that one quite yet. This collection, though, it has a ton of great stories in here. This really is, I think, the best starter edition. If you're just getting into Lovecraft, if you want a sampling of his work, this is it. Some great stories in here. The Rats in the Walls, The Color Out of Space, The Shadow Out of Time. That's a great one of my favorites. Pickman's Models in there. The Shadow over Innsmouth is a seminal tale. I mentioned The Thing on the Doorstep. Well, that's a really good one too. The Festival is one of my favorites. The Dreams and the Witch House. That's a really good one as well. The Nameless City is an interesting addition in here. I like it mainly because it's kind of an Edgar Rice Burroughs Pellucidar riff a little bit. The Mound is a story that he worked on for a client of his named Zelia Bishop. So that's interesting that that's in here. But this is a kind of a cool, weird Western type story. Let's see what else is in here. And then he finishes everything off with At the Mountains of Madness. And there are appendices here. Lovecraft wrote the first three, History of the Necronomicon, Notes on Writing Weird Fiction, and some notes on a non-entity. That Appendix C is an autobiographical piece that he wrote. Let me see here if we can go back and take a look at these. Yeah, here's Appendix A, History of the Necronomicon. Notes on writing weird fiction for any aspiring writers out there. This is probably a must-read. And then this is the autobiographical piece for those interested in a little bit in Lovecraft the man. And then here's the final appendix, Appendix D. It's a chronology of Lovecraft's fiction. I'm not sure who authored this, and I did not see a copyright attribute anywhere on this in any of the following pages here. On the copyright page, I'm just not seeing anything. So the author of that remains a mystery. Perhaps it was Andrew Wheeler himself, but I'm just speculating on that. So there you go. If you're looking for a collection, a nice starter collection of H.P. Lovecraft's work, this is my recommendation. I don't think you could go wrong with this. This is actually a first in a series of, I think, 3 Lovecraft-related videos I'm going to do. The next 2 videos I'm going to spotlight a Lovecraft tale that everyone should read, even those people that don't enjoy Lovecraft's writing. I think you'll like this tale. And for the next one, I'm going to show you the only 2 volumes of Lovecraft's work that you need to complete your Lovecraft collection. Pulp Crazy is located at pulpcrazy.com. I'm facebook.com/pulpcrazy. And I'm at Pulp Crazy on Twitter and Instagram.